Yo, what's up guys? In today's video, we're going to be playing the top 5 best defensive decks in Clash Royale. Guys, all of these decks are going to have unbreakable defense, literal crazy defense that basically nothing can ever get through. And starting off here, we are going to be using Splashyard, and the reason we're starting off with Splashyard is because, in my opinion, this is the first deck you think of, maybe next to Icebow, where you think unbreakable defense, long, drawn-out, and annoying games where you can just not touch their tower. Against a good Splashyard player, it feels impossible to get to their tower, at least in my opinion, because whenever they play that lockdown solid defense, there is nothing that you can do to break through, man. I feel like a lot of the time against Splashyard, it just honestly feels hopeless trying to break through their tower because they just have such good defense. They have super great synergy with the Poison, Ice NATO, Baby Dragon. Then they even have the Graveyard Poison just to place on their tower as it seems, whenever they feel like it. We're going to Graveyard here since he just wasted the arrows. Okay, we could Poison that, but I think that might be an overspend because I think he's going to pop the ability. Okay, yeah. See, the crazy thing is, it's not even a bad Graveyard, because we can just go for the Knight here for defense, and we could NATO this back if we need to, but I think I'm going to let it get the damage, because I know he's not going to get back to his second ability in time anyways. Probably just going to get 2 monster hits, and then we can go for a Baby Dragon here, maybe. We're fine. Okay, I'll just cycle the Baby Dragon here in the back. We are up a bit of Elixir, and guys, all these decks are going to be insanely good on defense. I wouldn't even say this is the best defensive one, guys, so make sure to stick out. Oh, wait, let's NATO here. Really good King activation. I don't know why he let me grab that King activation. And now with the King Tower activated, guys, it's going to be hopeless for him to break through, man. He won't even be able to really break through with the miners anymore. And that's the thing that Splashyard does to people. It just makes him think, like, how can I even break through? Is it even possible? I feel like Splashyard literally just gets in people's heads sometimes. I'm just going to Evo Knight here. Evo Knight is super solid for this deck, too, because some of the annoying problem cards, like Archer Queen and stuff, Evo Knight deals with them so nicely. We can get a nice Baby Dragon here to take out that Goblin Stein. And we could go for a Graveyard, too. He might get one mortar. It doesn't even get the mortar hit. Okay, I'm going to NATO here for that gang. And then I can Ice Whisp for the Baby Dragon. Nice. Supporting the Baby Dragon perfectly. He has to arrows, but the Baby Dragon's on the tower. Ice Wizard splashing. Nice. Beautiful damage, guys. See, it's crazy how well Splashyard does in counter pushing matchups, because Splashyard is all about counter pushing. Okay, let's Baby Dragon here for that Ice Wizard. Then we could go in for another Graveyard here. He's probably going to go for the Goblin Stein, so I'm going to go for a Graveyard like this, and we can get a nice Poison down probably. Let's Poison, and then let's NATO this over to the side so it messes up a bit. Nice. That's in the Poison as well. Everything's going to get taken out. Beautiful push. Now we can go for the Ice Wizard, and we have the Evo Cannon for defense too. Evo Cannon is just like the finishing touch to this deck, to be honest, guys, because look, we can just drop the Evo Cannon here. It's going to explode everything, and what you thought might be a bit of trouble, Evo Cannon takes it out with ease. Now we can go for another Graveyard here, because we have NATO. If he goes for the gang, we can NATO it with the Ice Wizard. Okay, we can NATO those Evo Bats in. That should take them out with the Ice Wizard. Beautiful NATO, and we just need a Poison to finish him off. Let's go! Beautiful game, guys. Beautiful game. And look at that. He barely even touched my towers, and he's giving me a sarcastic well played because he's frustrated. Beautiful way to start off the video, and this video is going to be kind of toxic, guys, and there might be some raging from my opponents. I'll see you guys in the next match. Alright guys, with the next deck here, it is going to be Miner Poison. You guys knew this was going to show up at some point in the video. Miner Poison is a staple for defensive gameplay. I feel like it has been the literal staple of defensive gameplay for probably 6 or 7 years now. It's been a known thing. Defend Miner Poison cycle. Just get the Miner chip damage and play perfect defense, and you can beat anything. And it's been that way for literal years now, and nothing has changed now. The only thing that really changes throughout the years is maybe the defensive units that you're using, but the one thing that remains the same is that it is so difficult to break through a really good Miner Poison player. I think that is why it's Muhammad Light's main and favorite deck, because if you play perfect defense, how can anyone beat you, right? Okay, looks like we're up against P.E.K.K.A. Spam here. P.E.K.K.A. is really popular, so we're going to have to play well if we want to beat this guy. Oh, wait, he has Sparky. Never mind. Okay. Oh, man, I don't have the Little Prince for defense. Okay, I'm just going to Poison here on top of that. He's probably going to go for the Goblin Giant. That Sparky will get upgraded. I'm hoping he Goblin Giant's a bit early, but doesn't look like it. Yeah, he gets a Sparky upgraded, which was smart. I'll just go for the Cannon here like this. We should be able to defend if we play perfectly, but it's definitely not going to be a simple defense like it probably might look. Okay, I'm going to Miner, then Guards here on top of the Sparky. Okay, nice, perfect. We did that really well, and even if that Sparky hits to kill the Miner, it doesn't matter. That's the level 16 right there, guys. With the level 16 Royal Chef Tower, it just makes it even harder sometimes to make these defenses, but it just makes the deck that much more annoying to go against, because you're like, I even have underleveled cards and I can't break through, so it just goes to show how strong these decks are defensively. Okay, I might Little Prince the back here because he doesn't really have a great cycle to deal with this, especially with me having the Evo Ice Spirit. Yeah, he goes for the guards. He'll probably Sparky now, but I'm all right with that, to be honest. I may just go Rune Giant opposite lane if he goes for that. I'm going to Rune Giant anyways because I think he's going to Sparky. Yeah. Okay, let's Miner here. We can go for the guards as well, just to get upgraded by the Rune Giant. It's going to be a really nice push. And guys, do not underestimate this deck's defensive capabilities and the offensive capabilities because of that. Just because we have really good defense doesn't mean that we don't have some crazy offense. As you guys see right there, I'm going to Evo Ice here to make sure that I jump on top of that Sparky. And he's probably just going to try to go in on the other lane now, knowing that that entire other side is pretty much cooked. Let's Rune Giant here. We can go for the Log and then Evo Cannon. Okay, we can let him get that Sparky. That's all right, guys. Then we just go for the guards. And look at that defense, guys. 0 damage on the left side except for 1 goblin hit, maybe a wizard shot or 2. But that is some incredible defense. We took his entire tower, and even he's shocked at the defense, guys, because how does that even work, man? We went all in on the other side. Every unit that he used survived, and I was still able to defend for very minimal damage. That just goes to show how strong this deck is defensively. But then also goes to show that do not underestimate this deck when it comes to attacking as well, because with just a tiny bit of ignorance, you can lose your entire tower. Let's go, guys. I'll see you with the next deck. All right, guys. In the next match here, we're up against this guy. Now we're going to be playing with Icebow. Icebow has been one of the strongest defensive decks ever since 2020. Back in 2020, though, Ice Wizard actually didn't add a Fireball, making it even stronger than it is now defensively, but it is still a crazy, crazy strong defensive deck. In my opinion, it's actually probably, if it's arguable, for the best defensive combination on defense. Just having the Ice Wizard NATO, the Evo Tesla, and the Evo Knight just makes it extremely good on defense. Makes it very, very hard for really anything to break through. I think the only stuff that can really ever break through are like the ultra broken and unfair decks in the meta. But I feel like overall, right, nothing can really break through if you play absolutely perfectly like somebody like Hunter would. Okay, I'm just going to go for the Knight in the back here. Get to the Evo Knight. Very important to get to the Evos early with this deck. Evo Tesla and the Evo Knight complement this deck perfectly. I feel like the weaknesses in this deck before were Archer Queens, Cannon Carts, and then maybe Skelly Drags and Flying Machine. But now, since you have these 2 Evos that are really good against the weaknesses, it actually makes it really, really difficult to ever break through this deck, just because the Evos complement the deck's weaknesses perfectly. We might want to NATO that to the King Tower. I don't know if it's possible, but I'm going to try. Okay, it was possible, but we're going to take a lot of damage for it, I think. Not a crazy amount, actually. I thought I was going to take more. We're actually still somehow in the damage lead. I'm very happy about that, honestly. We also have our Evo Tesla in cycle. This is a great start, honestly. Sometimes against these types of decks, you're not able to defend perfectly until you have your King Tower activated. The King Tower is the key to a deck like this. Without your King Tower activated, it will always be a struggle to defend. But once you have that King Tower up, guys, you're able to defend so much nicer and so much cleaner. He might go for another Rune Giant push. I'm just going to Evo Tesla up top early here. Okay, he goes for the Rune Giant in the back. I'm just going to go for the Skeletons here just to keep the Ice Wizard alive. Then we can go for the Icebow. He may Goblin Giant down the middle. Oh, he goes for the Hunter. Okay, Gob Giant's over there. I'm going to Knight, then I'm going to Ice Wizard too. I want to keep this alive as long as possible just to pressure him nicely. Okay, he might Lightning. Yeah, there's the Lightning. I'm just going to go for another Tesla here. Kind of need to get the Tesla down. I think I maybe could have put it up top a bit, but it's fine. We can get another Icebow here. Let's go for the Skellies, and we can go for another Icebow. I'm going to put it like this, just to be a bit closer to my Tesla. I might want to get a good Rocket NATO, too. Oh, there's the Rune Giant. Rune Giant is very solid here against Icebow pushes. Yeah, we have to let this Icebow go again. A lot of the times you go in with this deck, you're really only going in to be able to defend nicer and make it harder for them to make a push, because this guy can't really make a solid push without the Rune Giant with the Goblin Giant. So if he can never get that combo, then it's very nice. I'm going to Knight here to keep the Icers alive. Beautiful Knight, because I knew he was going to Lightning. Now, we could go for the Icebow Beam Knight, Inferno Dragon, predict it, so I'm going to wait. Okay, let's Icebow now, then we're going to NATO this over. Beautiful NATO, getting that just off the board. Very, very nice. If I didn't know he was going to do that, then I feel like I wouldn't have been ready with the NATO, but I was ready. Wait, I can Rocket this. It should be a nice Icebow lock, because how does he defend? He doesn't have enough elixir for a Gob Giant. Nice! Beautiful Rocket. Let's Skeletons here. Okay, beautiful Arrows Rage by him. We can just set up with another Ice Wizard in the back here. We should get one more hit on the tower. Nice, okay. Do we Icebow though is the question. I think we're going to want to Icebow just to keep up the pressure regardless. Might get a good Lightning off, but he has to Rune Giant first. Okay, let's Knight here. I think he's going to Lightning. Okay, let's go for the Evo Tesla to snipe that Hunter. Beautiful. If it doesn't get, as long as it doesn't get 3 hits, it's not going to do anything extra. Nice! I'm not going to NATO this back just yet. I'm going to NATO it back now, though, because it's going to take up the Knight, and that might be a little Icebow lock. Nope. Dude, the Goblin Giant just finished off that Tesla in one shot. That's actually absurd. Okay, we just need to keep up this really, really good defense, and we should be good. As you guys see, with the King Tower activated, it's kind of a struggle for him to break through. He might go for an Inferno Dragon up top, so I'm going to Knight up top early. Okay, yeah, he goes for Inferno Dragon over there. That's fine with me, though. Going to go for the Rocket on this. I'm going to NATO as well. Beautiful Rocket NATO. Let's go. Get another Ice Wizard down here. Nice. And he gives up. Let's go. See, that's what I mean, guys. If you defend perfectly, a lot of the time, they just end up giving up. Oh, wait, what? What are you doing? Did he misclick? Maybe he didn't give up, bro. What the heck is happening? I'm going to Rocket here. I'm going to NATO. Beautiful. And the Icebow locks. What a beautiful Icebow lock, guys. That was so satisfying. The final tick of the NATO ended up taking down the skeletons. Let's go. Very nice win. And I will see you guys with the next deck. Alright guys, with the next deck here, it is going to be E-Giant, and you guys might be like, Ryley, E-Giant is one of the most annoying offensive decks in the game. Well, actually, E-Giant, although it is really good offensively, when E-Giant was in its prime, it was all about defending and getting that Evo Bomber and the Bowler chip on the tower, and I feel like E-Giant hasn't ever really lost that. It just hasn't been very popular in the meta, but E-Giant with the Bowler is extremely defensive, and you pretty much only play to get damage with the Bowler. And what I mean by that is that a lot of the times when you make an E-Giant push, your goal is not to actually break through with the E-Giant, but it is to get a lot of damage with the Bowler. I think we can go for an E-Giant at the bridge here, because I don't think he has a building. I'm pretty sure he's playing my Logbait deck that I made a video on yesterday of getting #1 in the world with. Yeah, we can NATO here, and it should be really difficult for him to defend, because he doesn't have the greatest defense. And look at this, guys. That Bowler is going to get some damage on the tower. 1 roll, 2 rolls. Maybe 3 unless it dies. Okay, it dies, but that's still really nice. That Bowler's taking out everything. Bowler has so much HP, and this deck is all about counter pushing. As you guys see, I defend a barrel, and I just go for an E-Giant at the bridge. Pretty simple, and we forced out a ton of Elixir as well. So now we can just start cycling our cards in the back. Getting to Evo Bomber is going to be super important as well. But this deck is all about just solid defense and getting Bowler plus Bomber damages on the tower. Because E-Giant is not the greatest card in the meta, but it is the perfect card to synergize with this type of deck. It's just very good to use to get those like damages on the tower. Wait, that's in the back, so I can just Bowler here. Beautiful defense, only taking 1 wall breaker hit. I think that could have been a lot worse. I'm actually happy with how that went. He's probably going to go for a Skeleton King on top of this Bowler. We could NATO, but I feel like our cycle is a bit cooked if we do that, so I'll just Cannon here. Interesting Skelly King the bridge. If he goes for the ability there, I'm just going to stream, bro. I think he might try to Goblins now. Yeah, he goes for the Goblins. I'll just let this go and... Wait, I'm going to NATO this to the King Tower. Beautiful NATO here. We're going to have to Phoenix as well. Taking a lot of damage, but we want to save our Evo Bomber. He has the Evo Dark Goblin as well, so I don't really want to go too crazy whenever he has the Evo Dark Goblin. Okay, we can get a Barb Barrel down here. He might go for the ability. I'm just going to Bowler here in case he goes in for the ability. Just kind of making it so he can't go for the ability. Nice! I had a feeling he'd go for that, man. Okay, let's go for the Evo Bomber here. And then now we can just go for the E-Giant the bridge. We do have to be a tiny bit cautious of the Evo Dark Goblin. I know if it gets 1 hit, our push is kind of ruined, but that's okay. We can just go for the NATO here. Just Tornado that in. Keep the Evo Bomber alive. He's going to have to log to take that out, which is okay with me, honestly. Yeah, and now that that is out, we can just get the nice Bowlers on offense. Just Bowler in the back to attack him. And we just get great counter pushes, and there's not much you can do. We even have the Evo Cannon to take out a lot of cards. Holy, look at that Evo Cannon, guys. That Evo Cannon is broken, man. Evo Cannon against the right decks get so much value, and now you guys see, after a crazy good defensive sequence, now we just go for an E-Giant. We're going to go for a Barbarian Barrel on top of this, but we're going to wait. We can Barb Barrel now, and we can Bomber, pull up that Skeleton King, because that cannon will help us out. Beautiful. Now we go for a Lightning on top of that Dark Goblin, and that Bowler is still alive, guys, still alive. He needs to get another Fire Spirit down, and he doesn't have Goblins. Yeah, he can go for Goblins. Now let's NATO them up. Oh, no, wait, that's still 2 rolls though, right? Okay, we still get 1 roll. That's okay. Gonna go for the Phoenix here on top of that Dark Goblin. Just keep defending, guys. There's no need to panic. We just play really solid defense, and we get our counter pushes, and we win the game. Let's Cannon here. He might go for a Dark Goblin, so I'm gonna go for a Bomber immediately. Oh, he does not. Okay, let's Bowler in the back here. There's the Dark Goblin in the back probably in a second. Let's Barbarian Barrel here. keep up the defense. Phoenix here, he's kind of going for wall breakers now. Let's go for the cannon, but we have Evo Bomber for defense, so I'm not worried whatsoever. We just go for the Evo Bomber here. And look at this lockdown defense, guys. We have our king up, we have the bowler, we have the Evo Bomber, Barb Barrel NATO. It's so hard for anybody to break through this. Okay, there's the Evo Dark Goblin that I was just waiting to get out of hand, because now I can just defend with the bowler. Now we can go for the E-Giant, the bridge. Oh no, please don't hit my tower. Both of them at least. Only one maybe. Okay, yeah, only one. We eat this. We just eat everything. We just lightning here, because there's no need to go too aggressive. We just get an Evo Cannon down. He's going to go for another Dark Gob probably. All right, let's NATO that in. Immediately take that out. He might go for the ability, but that's about to be lightning range. Come on, E-Giant. Okay, we just need 2 lightnings to finish off the match. Let's cycle the bowler here. Let's cycle the bomber, because he might try to go all in on the left side. Yup, he's going all in, guys. Literally everything. Let's cannon here. Let's go for the Phoenix. We don't want anything to start splashing on our tower. Let's NATO here for defense. We just need a tiny bit more damage. Like 2 NATOs and a lightning, or just 1 lightning, and just keep defending. And we'll have it. Barb Barrel here, bowler. That's on the side. Bomber's going to snatch it. Nice. We can lightning, and then we have NATO for the next. Let's go, guys. Cannon here just to block the spirit from jumping. Oh, let's go. Good game. Nice win. He played that well. It was really hard to actually stop the Dark Goblin spam. I think he played that extremely well, but we got the win because our defense was just so solid, man. Evo Cannon saved us a few times as well. I'll see you guys with the final deck. Alright everybody, with the final deck here, it is going to be Logbait with the Evo Dark Goblin. And you guys may not have expected this deck to pop up on the list, but ever since Evo Dark Goblin came out, obviously it has been the perfect fit for Logbait, because it just a really, really nice bait card, always forces out the spells, but the reason it makes the defense of Logbait so good is because of the evolution. If the Dark Goblin shoots just 1 time on their tank, it will spawn a poison trail. And that poison trail does not leave until the card dies and for 4 more seconds after that. So, as example, if we had an Evo Dark Goblin right now and it shot that Goblin Giant, it would stay on the Goblin Giant, that poison trail, for the entirety of the Goblin Giant's life until it just gets whittled down, and for 4 more seconds after that. So they still can't even support their push once the Evo Goblin Giant is gone. And that's what is making Logbait so strong on defense right now. And not only the fact that the regular Dark Goblin itself is just extremely strong, but the Evo is just like the cherry on top, just making it literally impenetrable defense most of the time, making Logbait such a nice and such a strong deck in the meta. Okay, we can just go for our Knight here on top of that Rune Giant. The nice thing about Rune Giant is that it doesn't attack at all, so this is just free elixir, basically. And we already have our Evo Dark Goblin in hand, so we can get a really nice push in a second. Okay, he has the Goblin Machine in the back here. We're just going to go in for the Goblin Barrel. I don't think he's going to ignore everything, because he still needs to defend the Princess at the bridge as well. Yeah, he goes for the Hunter. We do get some nice damage here, and if we go for the early Inferno Tower, it's going to be really annoying for him, because if he goes for the Goblin Giant at the bridge here to try to punish me with the Zap. Oh, he wasted Zap. He has next Zap Evo. I could have just went for the Evo Dark Goblin defense. So, beautiful start right here for us. And we can get another Princess at the bridge, because I'm never ever worried about a big push whenever I have the Evo Dark Goblin in hand, because I just need 1 hit with it and his push is cooked. I'm going to Knight Gang here just to pressure. And guys, even though you have incredible offense with this Logbait deck, your defense is somehow just as strong. So it's just like a really, really solid deck overall. So even though it's a really aggressive deck, does not mean the defense is bad as well. Okay, he's ignoring everything. I am a little bit scared just because he's not defending anything, but if I defend perfectly, we should be okay. I'll just go for the Inferno Tower here. Probably won't go for any early Evo Zap or anything like that. Nice Goblin Machine by him. I'm just going to wait for the Rune Giant to die, and then I can go for the Evo Dark Gob, or just wait for it to be able to snipe it. And look at that, guys. Evo Dark Gob gets a shot off, and because of that, we should be able to defend extremely nicely. Just go for the log here, and that's going to be a great defense. Barely any damage. Look at that Dark Goblin. Holy, guys. And that's what I was talking about, man. He's literally everything. His Evo Zap, his Evo Goblin Giant, 3 spells, and he loses his entire tower, and we win the game. And the Evo Dark Goblin trail is still on the Rune Giant, just showing how strong this deck is defensively, man. Barely taking any damage, only just like a quick 700 because of the Rune Giant. But let's go, guys. That's going to be the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. I love you all.